Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, finally back with my chart haul for June 2K23. Actually, it's Sunday evening, it's been a busy weekend, a hot weekend as well, so I've been recording 2 radio shows over the course of the last 48 hours. I've reviewed some music, got some other shit done, and now finally found the time to show you the records and releases I like most over the course of the past 4 to 8 weeks or so. Starting out with one you've seen already, because I did an unboxing for that. So this is Punctum Amar on Hauch Records. Just showing the cover briefly, and I hope this works because of the glare and stuff. Beautiful album. I've done an extensive unboxing video on that, which I'm going to link in the end card of this video. And what this is, as I presumed there would be ambient, dark ambient elements to it, and I was pretty true. So this is kind of deep listening music, ambient collage, some acoustic element, electroacoustic elements in there, washed out voices, atmospheric crackles, some experimental stuff spread out over the course of 40 minutes in total. Beautiful stuff, limited to 200 copies. Half of the copies are black and half of the copies are gold. And this is, as you've seen in the unboxing video, and I'm going to show you here, the gold edition actually, so sent to me by Hauch Records, and I've also written a review on my website nei.n for that, so check out the website, which is linked in the description box below. And I got something stuck in my eye, which sucks, really. So, but anyway, let's continue with one that might be a little bit controversial, I guess, or has been controversially discussed on Discogs for some reason. The Smile, the new album by Thom Yorke's new project, Thom Yorke of Radiohead, of course. It's called A Light for Attracting Attention. Beautiful album on the XL Records label, washed out indie, a little bit of post-punk in there as well. I haven't opened the cover, the gatefold, because things and stuff and protection, but here's a beautiful sticker. Yeah, washed out indie elements of post-punk, some very inward-looking things, and what has stirred up controversial, kind of controversial discussion on Discogs is the pressing quality. So seemingly there is 2 pressings on there of this album, and one sounds really good and one sounds shitty, and mine is somewhere in between, I guess. So this is disc 1, side 1. With this kind of undersized labels, which I find really interesting. Yeah, beautiful album. I heard this when I worked at the vinyl warehouse, and one of my colleagues had put this on his Spotify playlist, and I was immediately fascinated by 2 tracks, which is one is We Don't Know What Tomorrow Brings, which is more of an up-tempo number, and one is the atmospheric skirting on the surface. And yeah, sound quality of this, on the one hand, it sounds really good. On the other hand, unfortunately, there are some dirt marks and scratchings on my copy, and one track has been, even though it has been sealed, kind of visually damaged, and obviously also audibly damaged. So the one track, which is not my favorite track anyway, so I didn't go through the hustle and get a new copy, but yeah, one track was has audible crackles and clicks and cuts, which sucks for an album that was pretty expensive, I guess. I guess in the store I would have paid 40 euros for that. And seemingly one pressing has a lot of crackling and is distorted and flat, and I had some distortion issues on this one as well, especially on the 4th side, I guess. But other people report that their album is perfectly fine. So I don't know if it's comes down to the pressing, or just a bunch of records that were I don't know, damaged somehow, with dirt in the stampers or something like that. So I don't know which pressing this is actually, if it was manufactured at Optimal in Germany or at GZ Media in Poland and in the Czech Republic. So one of the pressings seemingly is flawed, one is fine, but well. The main tracks I really like are in perfect condition, so sound good, but the one track that is damaged is definitely not a bonus, the exact opposite of a bonus actually. So I'm not too sure if I'm like continuing, if I'll be continuing like buying XL Records pressings, because well, they have been a similar label in terms of putting out the Prodigy's early work, which is most important to me. They have been put out some like really great grime stuff and like other interesting music I really like, but if they like lack in quality control for that price, I'm not too sure if I will dig into their catalog further, apart from like old records I find, like rave records and stuff from back in the day. The next one, this is an interesting one. A private press release by nei.n. I cannot like remember the title correctly. So the title is Meine Schwester sagt, das werde ich nie wieder los, unerträglich traurig. This is one of the weirdest records I have heard in a good while, with my favorite track name, Bibo stirbt an Vogelgrippe. So this translates to Bibo, which is a big bird in Sesame Street, I guess, dies of like being suffering from like bird flu. Actually, the labels look like this. This like kind of potato-shaped heart, and this is a private press, not on label release, which is only, I don't know, left at record stores on like commission, not commission deals, on what is it called when you leave a record in the store, but consignment, on consignment deals. So self-distributed by the artist. I have no idea who Wunder and Nein are, but to describe this quickly is well, art school, industrial, experimental electronics meets like very twisted lyrics in German language actually. Very, very artsy, weird, underground, not really pop, not really heavy, but super twisted and insane. And if you're from Germany and you remember the very first demo tape thing that was put out by HGIT before they went like viral with the electronic 2-inch Amun and Goa Goa MPU thing, like in the very early days of the group, I guess only 50 tapes were out there on the circuit circulating. But if you remember that kind of stuff, or look that up, this is what you're getting yourself into. So, well, lo-fi, art school, industrial is the best description I have for this. Very, very quirky, and if you find this somewhere, like find this, buy this blindfolded, because no matter if you like it or not, this is going to be a listening experience. So one of the most interesting records musically and sonically I've encountered like in a while, in terms of like being very, very off any beaten path. And I guess those guys, at least two people involved in there, I guess probably more, even Discogs is not too sure about that. They exist in their own like drug-induced fantasy world and do like some theatrical DIY stuff, and I'm not even sure if they are like mentally sane fully, because this is like interesting. Obscure, very obscure. Not that obscure is this one, even though the color is a rare one. Another re-release on Hamburg Superstition Records label, also from 1993 I guess, or 1994. l.s.g, the Blueprint EP, which is well, a project by Oliver Lieb, which has been re-released. Oliver Lieb has been running the l.s.g project for long, also produced under his own name. And this one, the Blueprint EP, is not really an EP because there's only 2 tracks on here, which are Hearts and Blueprint version 1, which are both like very early trance, early proto-trance, early hard trance tracks from, well, the 90s, and have been like played on many dance floors and are considered very influential for that kind of style. And I've heard them being played out on the dance floor quite a lot in those days, and therefore that one was one to add to the collection for like getting my records that I missed in my teens, like to backward complete all this stuff. And I have had this on some compilations as well, like I copied out to tape when I was like still a teenager, I guess, and like, I don't know, borrowing CDs and copying your favorite tracks of those on tape was quite a common thing in the 90s. So yeah, l.s.g, the Blueprint EP, super pretty, I guess not really limited run, but if you like early electronic dance floor music like techno and trance and stuff from the 90s, this is one to get because this is seminal. And this one is special because you won't get this yet. Arbitrary Demons Inside. This is a last cut dub plate of the new project I've been doing, I've been like developing with Sascha Müller. Hand cut, only one copy available right now because I wanted to test this track at the latest BANDCAMP party. Way before it's gonna be released. It has been signed to a Hamburg-based label actually and will be put out on vinyl, I hope, in October or later this year. And yeah, what this is a kind of new beat, late 80s, very early 90s techno meets EBM meets yeah, Aggrepo, which was a very German specific style musically. Combination, German lyrics on there as well, very darkish but also very scenic, and at a staggering 116 BPM, so very intense and interesting and slow moving music. But having played this out to a crowd that didn't know the track obviously, and getting immediate like dance floor reactions was like a good sign, so I guess this is gonna be a good one. And there will be a Combat Dubs remix on the flip, which has not been cut on this dub plate, but this is like a one-off cutting that I wanted to test at the BANDCAMP party and will continue to test out to people and probably in some radio shows as well before the original record or the full release comes out, so no test pressings. But yeah, a one-off cut dub plate thing, which DJs used to do much often, or more often actually, and if I'm gonna DJ more, I'm gonna try to do this again, so they get unreleased music cut as a special signature track for me, yeah, to play out on the dance floor as an exclusive tune. So Arbitrary Demons Inside, soon to be released somewhere in late 2023, I guess. And with that tune, I'm gonna cut this off, I'm gonna go into editing mode, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. And of course, if you wanna check my stuff out, there's another video down there and BANDCAMP somewhere up there. So see you in the next one.